touch me, no, you can't touch me. Kelly, try to charge me, but I'm not guilty.
Well, I don't know about all that, Robert, because it definitely don't look like you are not guilty in this case. What up, world? It's your boy, Chris D. Mack, and I'm back with another video. This man's setting the headlines on fire right now, and I'm not usually one to gossip, but I've got all the updates coming up right after this. On Wednesday, February 6, 2019, singer R.Kelly went back to jail after his very explosive TV interview with Gayle. In his first interview since being charged with sexually abusing 4 people, including 3 underage girls. R.Kelly says he didn't do this stuff and he's fighting for his life. R.Kelly's day began with a nationally televised broadcast in which he whispered, cried, and ranted while pleading with viewers to believe him. He'd never had sex with anyone under 17, and he'd never held anyone against their will.
You didn't know where your money is?
A lot of it's on me.
And people say he doesn't have money because he had to pay so much in settlements. What do you say about that?
Lie.
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and seeing things on the blogs, and I'm just tired.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God, all of them. Got little girls trapped in the basement, helicopters over my house, trying to rescue someone that doesn't need rescuing because they're not in my house, handcuffing people, starving people. I have a harem, a cult. I don't even really know what a cult is, but I know I don't have one,
Have you done anything that you regret? Have you done anything wrong?
Lots of things wrong when it comes to women that I apologize, but I apologize in those relationships. At the time I was in the relationships.
Have you broken any laws when it comes to women?
Absolutely not.
The 6-part series interviewed 50 people, family members, your former tour manager, numerous women who all claim that you abused them. Yeah. Are you saying everybody in that documentary was not telling the truth about you? Everybody?
If you really look at that documentary, which I'm sure you have,
I have.
Everybody said something bad about me. Nobody said nothing good. They was describing Lucifer. I'm not Lucifer. I'm a man. I make mistakes, but I'm not a devil. And by no means am I a monster.
Saying everything they said in that documentary about you is not true.
They are lying on me.
Why would these women say the same thing about you? That you are controlling, that you are abusive, that you tell women when to eat, when to go to the bathroom, when they can sleep, where they can dress. Why would all these women tell these different stories about you if they were not true? And they don't know each other. That defies logic to me.
Right. Until you hear the explanation. You can start a rumor on a guy like me or a celebrity just like that. All you have to do is push a button on your phone and say, so-and-so did this to me. R.Kelly did this to me. And if you get any traction from that, if you're able to write a book from that, if you're able to get a reality show, then any girl that I had a relationship in the past that it just didn't work out, she can come and say the same exact thing.
Are you blaming this on social media?
I'm talking about the power of social media.
Have you ever had sex with anyone under the age of 17?
No.
Never?
No.
I have to tell you, it's so hard to believe that based on all that we've read
and what the women
said about you.
What women said about me. So nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and allow me.
So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You feel that people have maligned your character?
I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. But I'm alive.
So I think the point you're making is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
how stupid would it be for R.Kelly, with all I've been through in my way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you were holding...
That's stupid, guys. Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, oh, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Robert, stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Robert. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to let the camera keep rolling.
This is not, doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're going to destroy your career.
But Kelly's emotions remained raw.
It's real girls out there missing. It's real young girls out there being abducted, being raped, okay? They really are on chains. They really do have chains on their wrists, and they can't get out.
Robert,
and they're ending up buried in.
Robert, we have to have a conversation. Really, I don't want you just ranting at the camera.
I came here for them to hear me talk.
But
I need help.
What kind of help?
This is the kind of help I need.
Yes, what kind of help?
I need somebody to help me not have a big heart, because my heart is so big. People betray me, and I keep forgiving them.
You sound like you're playing the victim here. You sound like R.Kelly. You do. When I listen to you, it does sound like you're playing the victim
I'm just telling the truth. And the reason I'm emotional,
Robert,
and I apologize for that,
No,
is because this
no.
is the first time I was able to say
speak.
something. I've said nothing. How can I pay child support? How? If my ex-wife is destroying my name and I can't work, how can I work? How can I get paid? How can I take care of my kids? How?
Your ex-wife
Use your common sense.
Your ex-wife says you abused her, Robert.
13 years being married. I flew in on a helicopter. I flew in on a helicopter.
Yes. Yes. Can somebody get us some tissue?
I don't want no tissue. I'm gonna leave. Look, man, look. I'm telling y'all. I flew in on a helicopter with a damn puppy, and I proposed to Drill, whom I was in love with, and told her, hey, look, I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. We got married, okay? We had 3 beautiful kids. Not once have I ever had a domestic violence call at the house and all this, that, and the other. It never happened, okay?
But in the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly, his ex-wife Andrea described a tumultuous and sometimes dangerous relationship.
And I went to the National Domestic Violence Awareness Hotline. And there's 17 questions. There was only 2 things on that list that Robert hadn't done to me. And that's when it became real to me, like, you're being abused.
Is Andrea not telling the truth when she said she was abused by you? Is she not telling the truth?
Absolutely. She's not telling the truth. I love her to death. I have nothing against her still. That is my kid's mother.
She's making that up.
You
Why?
notice one thing.
Why is she making that up, Robert?
I'm not disrespecting her by saying she's not telling the truth. I'm just being honest. Somebody sent me something on my phone and said that I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people. What would I hog-tie? My kids is listening to this, all of this nonsense, and I ain't been able to spend no time with them. This is real. This is not a lie. What kind of woman will tear down a dad who's trying to have a relationship with their kids? You know how many kids need a relationship with their father?
What is your relationship with your children?
Oh, my God.
What is your relationship with your children?
Zero. But I know my kids love me. And I'm in love with my kids. I love my...
The day ended with a trip to jail for the R&B singer after he told the judge he could not pay $161,000 in back child support. Imagine appearing on a national television in the morning, then appearing behind bars in the night. So, separate from his criminal sex abuse charges, Kelly had a March 6th hearing set stemming from his delinquent child support he owed his ex-wife, R.Kelly. Kelly showed up prepared to pay $50 to $60K, but they wanted it all.
We tried to work some things out. It didn't work out, and hopefully we'll get him out by Wednesday next week.
Can you talk about the criminal case and about his appearance this morning on CBS this morning? A lot of people thought it was pretty outrageous. Can you tell us how he's doing? Is he doing okay?
I can't talk about any criminal case that's ongoing. That's not my place to do that. But when he came, his state of mind was, he was happy. That's what he was.
Reports from the courthouse stated that Valencia Love and her lawyer were in attendance for Wednesday's hearing. Love is the woman who bailed Kelly out of Cook County Jail following the sex abuse charges. It's unclear whether she would again help finance Kelly's release.
Valencia, do you have anything to say? Valencia,
What is your relationship, both of you, with R.Kelly?
We're with him. That's our relationship.
We're with him. Yeah,
We
that's
live
what it
with him,
is.
And we're in a relationship with him.
Right.
Interviews with two women who live with Kelly, Joycelyn Savage and Azria Clary, aired yesterday. Savage and Clary spoke to Gayle King about the claims that they were being held against their will by the disgraced R&B star.
Right. We all are family all together. We have our moments where we sit and watch movies all together. We go to amusement parks all together.
Both women met the 52-year-old Grammy winner as teenagers at his concerts and have lived with him for the past few years. Savage, 23, and Clary, 21, are now estranged from their families, who have both made public cries for each woman to come home.
Okay, then.
In their joint interview, Savage and Clary insisted they're both in consensual relationships with Kelly and are completely happy living with
Do
him.
both of you all believe you're in love with him?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
Should your
No.
parents be concerned?
No.
Why?
Well, my parents knew where I have always been for years. They have known. They know that I've been well taken care of.
They never thought you were missing, Azrael. They just were wondering if you were okay.
Well, my parents have actually came to Chicago and seen me a few times. I've talked to them. They stopped answering my calls.
You know what they say? They say that you were brainwashed. I talked to your dad last night. He says, my daughter is brainwashed, and he's very concerned. He said he was here 2 days ago, and you wouldn't even look him in the eye.
Okay, I wouldn't look him in the eye because he's a liar. And he's a manipulative liar.
I'll tell you why they're concerned, Azrael, because they say she's 17. We found text messages that indicated that she was having sex with R.Kelly when she was 17. Is that true?
No, that is a lie. That is a lie. I was not having sex with him at 17. So, when I first met Robert, my parents told me to lie about my age. So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos
Yes.
with R.Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money, and
Your
they're
parents,
scamming.
you're saying the same as saying?
Well, both of our parents are basically out here. They're trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened, you know, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that your parents are trying to get money from R.Kelly.
Okay.
Because your father told a very different story to me last night.
Yeah, he's the manipulative. He's very manipulative, so he's the one you need to watch out for. My dad and my mom, they started to send threats to both me and him. They said, oh, I'll put all your naked pictures all over the world. I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin him. If he doesn't send $20,000 to this bank account by Monday, oh, I'm going to put everything out there and then $10,000 after that. You're trying to solicit me like I'm some hoe. I'm not. I'm your child.
You sound very angry and very pained. Tell me, Azrael, why you're crying. Tell me.
I'm crying because you guys don't know the truth. You guys believe it's a facade that our parents are saying. This is all lies for money. And if you can't see that, you're ignorant and you're stupid as because you want to be. All because that's the world we live in. Negativity sells. Gossip is what sells. Rumors are what sells.
Exactly.
But Joycelyn and Azrael, this is more than gossip. This is more than just rumors. These are decades of allegations against Robert Kelly.
We're not here to talk about decades. We're here to talk about what our parents are doing right now.
Right.
And what they're doing right now is all for money.
Right.
The parents of both these girls still have a different story to tell. They believe their daughters are brainwashed and being held against their will.
When R. Kelly won an acquittal on child pornography charges back in 2008, he was guilty as hell, according to the lawyer who defended him back then. The lawyer, Ed Jensen, says he was so convinced of Kelly's guilt, he made him take drugs to suppress his sex drive before the trial. He was guilty as hell. I'll tell you a secret. I had him go to a doctor to get libido-killing shots. That's why he didn't get arrested for anything else. Jensen is now 77 and gravely ill. He spoke to Chicago Sun-Times reporter Neil Steinberg.
He was basically dying and wanted to talk to someone. And I prompted him. I said, guilty as hell? And he said, yeah, he was guilty as hell.
I just don't want to believe the truth.
That about does it for this video, folks.
We briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment.
But before you go, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you're notified next time I post an awesome video. Until next time, I'll holla.
I hope this camera keep going. Stupid R.Kelly.